Hi, welcome to my channel. As you may or may not know, besides web design, SEO, AI search, I also do a bit of brand positioning. I advise clients on how to position themselves online in terms of the colors they need to use, the voice, the fonts, and just positioning their brand well online. Okay, so I have a client who is trying to decide whether to niche down or just go general as she has always been. So the client is in events hire industry. Okay, before she was doing the full event thing, but now she's just doing the hiring and decoration. So she's contemplating moving from general events and going to corporates. There's a few pros and cons to it, but she's sent me some messages about her business and everything. So I just want to do a bit of research, find out pros and cons, research some websites that do that as well, and then send it to her so that she can decide. I have my breakfast here, and something here as well. So I want to do that as I take my breakfast, and then just come back and tell you what I found out. So that probably if you're trying to decide whether you should niche down or just go general, of course it depends on your specific business, how the clients have been reacting, your customer behavior. But there are a few general things that probably you can take from this. So let's do this. So I started by looking at what she's currently doing and where most of her clients are coming from. Most of her work has been weddings and funerals, things like chairs and decor, but recently she's also getting into corporate events, and she's starting to feel like probably that might be a better direction for her. And it makes sense because, with weddings and funerals, a lot of people already have connections, so it's harder to stand out or get consistent work. But with corporate events, it feels like there's more room to position herself clearly. Okay, so now the question is, if she focuses on corporates, she can build a stronger brand, but at the same time, she already has clients on the other side. So does she risk losing that? So instead of jumping into branding or the website, I'm trying to figure out what direction actually makes sense first. I also started looking at a few businesses doing similar things, and one thing that stands out is the more specific they are, the easier it is to understand what they actually do. Okay, so my goal here is to help her figure out how to gradually get into corporate, but without losing her current pool of clients, because most of her clients right now who have been making inquiries and also who have been hiring her actively have been the ones for private events. So I'm really trying to find the right balance for her, but still help her create a strong and recognizable brand. So I'm done with the research and I'm ready to send it to the client. So before I send it to the client, I just wanted to share what I'm going to share with her. So first, let me clear out. Most of the time, I would recommend for clients or for brands to niche down, because when you niche down, it's easier to communicate your brand. So it helps with brand positioning, and it's easier to communicate what do you do. Okay. So I was leaning more towards advising her to niche down, but having looked at the size of her business right now, because
corporate events need a certain scale. They need big tents, a lot of chairs, probably big PAs. Okay, so her business is still growing. She's at the stage where she's still growing her business. So she might not be able to operate full corporate because there are some that are going to be probably too big for her capacity right now. Okay, so going full scale corporate might work to her disadvantage. Another thing, going fully corporate, and yet most of our clients, the people who've been inquiring about her services, the people who have been hiring her services, have been people for private events like weddings, burials, and graduations, and all those private events. Most of her clients have been those, okay, as compared to the corporate clients. So leaving that and just moving completely to corporate might work to her disadvantage, because it's like leaving money on the table. Okay, so for now, leaving all that clients is not something I would advise her. But because corporate has the capacity to grow, she should put it as the core focus, but also still serve those other events. Okay. Also, I looked at the fact that she's based in Siaya, and if you compare Siaya and maybe let's say Nairobi, most corporate events happen in Nairobi as compared to the number of corporate events, or the number of corporate events that she'll know of. Okay, in Siaya. So as she still grows and gets to be known in the corporate world, the number of events that she's going to serve might be limited. So those are the kind of things that I've looked at, and probably if you're trying to niche down, to decide whether to niche down or not, those are some of the things you can look at. Who are the people who have been inquiring about your services, or the people you've been serving? What's your physical location? Okay, and the kind of if in this case events, the kind of events that happen around, the size of your business, of course. And also, if you want to move to a different niche, probably in corporate, have you served such events before? For her, she's done a handful of events in corporate, so that works for her. At least now she has a place where she's starting, because she already has a portfolio. But if you're also doing it, make sure you try that industry first, the one that you want to niche down on. Served maybe a few clients, known how it works, and then now when you're moving to it, you're not moving blindly, and you're also not moving from scratch. You already have like a portfolio. Okay, and this is how I'd advise her now to introduce herself or brand herself. Okay, let me read it for you. Okay, so I'm going to advise her to position herself like this: corporate and institutional event setup, that is decor, seating, tents, and event coordination. And then we also support select private events, that is weddings, graduations, celebrations, and funerals. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. And I just want to emphasize that niching is a very important part of brand positioning, but it's not the only thing. Okay, just because you've niched down does not mean you're done with the work. But now you probably can go with the approach that I've given her, but now you really focus on having a consistent brand across the internet or across every platform. You have the right colors, you have the right fonts, you use the right visuals and photos and graphics. Doing that would also help you to have a strong brand. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's what I've worked on today, and I'm going to send her. If you found this video valuable, and probably you'd want to watch more of this, first of all, subscribe, like as well if you found it valuable, and also comment down if there's anything you'd want me to look at. Probably there's something you're struggling with in your business in terms of branding or SEO or web design. You can just leave a comment down below, and then when I see it, I'll address it probably in a video. Okay, so see you on the next, and remember to subscribe. Okay, see you on the